Hi guys, welcome back to another makeup video. As we can see, today we have done a beautiful, breathable, glowy, dewy, livable makeup for summer. Like, this is, you're on holiday, you want to go out in the evening, but it is so hot. You want to go for dinner, but it's so hot. You just want to wear makeup in the day, but it's bloody hot. I don't even know if I can say bloody, but we have. Um, it is just, I just love how this turned out, and I'm all ready for my evening in the sun. Anyway, stick around if you want to see how I did this makeup look. So I'm just starting out by taking a toner on my face because it can get quite hot sometimes, so just making sure we have a nice clean base before we go in with the refreshing light coverage makeup. And this is just the Boots Everyday Facial Toner. I did use this in my skincare video. I used to apply this like twice a day, and I've got a bit lazy, so we'll just ignore that. But this is very refreshing, and I should actually probably put this in the fridge. This would be so refreshing. And then we've got two products I'm going to use for skincare, but I'm actually not sure which one you're supposed to use first. Like, I'm not a skincare expert, so I don't know. But I'm taking the L'Oreal Paris Triple Active Day Moisturiser. It says normal to combination skin, so I just apply that everywhere. And I like this one because it's quite, it's not too thick. It's quite almost a watery moisturiser. I like to make sure I have a nice hydrated base underneath a summer makeup because we're really not going to apply a lot. Now, I was going to film this video earlier on in the week, but it has been absolutely boiling, like to the point where I don't even think I can face put a makeup on my face. But I'm going out tonight, and it's a bit cooler today. It's still like 22 degrees, I think, but it's not up in the 30s, so we're good for makeup. I like to also take in the summer my SPF. I have SPF 30. Every other year of my life, I've used SPF 50 because you see my hair colour, you see my skin colour. I'm pale, I burn like anything. I was basically hoping by switching to a 30 SPF that I would catch some kind of tan. I just can't remember the statistics, but the difference is very minimal. Like, it's not even worth it. Anyway, bought these, so I'm using them now. These are just the Superdrug own brand, and also I thought I'd just show you this is the actual one that I use for the rest of my body. And then we're just going to put that sun cream on. The only thing I do find with sun cream on my face is I just always get it in my eyes. I try to apply it near enough every day, even regardless of sun, but sun cream is expensive, and in the summer I go through it like anything. Like, I'm just good with it because I kind of know I need to be. And I always just take extra, I blend it down my neck, and then I'll just put this on underneath my makeup. I think my problem with face sun cream is just that I just do not stop touching my eyes. So, like, I'll wash my hands after I put on sun cream so that I don't get it in my eyes, and then I'll touch my face and I'll like rub my eyes, but then the sun cream that's around here goes on my fingers, goes in my eyes. It's just a mess because then my eyes start watering, and then all the sun cream goes in them. And then I'm just going to get in with a bit of Vaseline on the lips to hydrate them before we put any product on. And by the time we get back to lips, this will all be soaked in. It will be all hydrated underneath and protected because lip balm. I don't know if lip balm has SPF in it. I don't know the science is behind it, but I'm pretty sure lip balm like stops your lips getting cracked and sunburnt in the sun. So for brows, I've just brushed them through, and then I'm going to take my usual lift and snatch pen, and I'm only taking this because there's not much brow tint in my brows at the moment, so I want to give them a little something. So I'm basically just gonna just put a few little strokes through, not as many as I would doing a full face, like a big glam. We just want a few through so that we have some eyebrow there. And then blend out the front a little, and I'm just gonna smudge underneath the brow so we don't have to do any or much concealing. And then I just do the same on the other brow. If I'd have had more brow tint in, I would have probably just skipped the step. Especially in the summer, I do just like to tint my brows and leave them as they are. And like on holidays and stuff when you go out in the evening. But this is just the route we've taken today. And then to get them to stay in place all day, I'm going to take this little Revolution brow gel. This is quite a cute one because it fits quite easily in a little purse or a handbag. And I like to use this to set my brows in place. I do prefer this to the Got To Be glued one, purely because this is just a thinner product. It keeps them in place, for what I need anyway, without creating like a crispy layer on top. I feel like because the Got To Be edge and brow holder is so strong to literally glue your brows in place, which might be what you need rather than or like that might be what some people are looking for, which it definitely was when I first bought it. But nowadays I find I either put too much on and I end up with a white crust coming off my eyebrows, which is something to be wary of when using it. I haven't personally found that it holds any better than these. Always just the same amount of movement. And then I'm just taking this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is the pink one, and it's like got niacinamide in it. But I've always really liked these primers. I used the blue one, which I think is the original, before I had this one. And I'm just going to blend that in with my fingers. Now, a primer is definitely probably the second most important step after SPF for a summer makeup, because honestly, you're going to need it to be glued down, especially with all like any activities you're doing or just sweating, to be honest. And then I like to take these Revolution bronzing drops before I go in with foundation, and I'm just going to apply these where I would apply bronzer. Last year I started adding glow drops and bronzing drops, but because we're talking about heat and everything being too hot, I don't want to put too much product on the face, so I don't want to go in with glow drops as well. So then I just blend that in with my bronzer brush, so we do end up getting a bit of that leftover bronzer, but maybe on my brush from the last time I didn't wash my brushes. But don't worry guys, I do keep most of my brushes clean because they're client brushes, so they're cleaned after every use. It's just these ones that get lost in my makeup bag that I sometimes forget about, but every so often I'll go, they ought to have a clean as well. Maybe I should look after my own skin and not just when I do other people's skin. And then it's time for my favourite product at the moment, and this is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum. I just love this. I don't know why. Mine's in the shade 1-2 Rosy Light. This is a tiny bit dark for me. I don't actually think it's dark for me, I just think it's too orange for my skin. I'm quite a pink skin. And I'm just aiming to literally put barely anything on. We may have to go back in and add more. Don't know how much this will be because normally I do a full face with this rather than a less coverage one. This is the issue with beauty blenders. I've literally just blended that, but has any of it actually gone into my skin, or have we just pulled it all off? Who knows, but let's keep blending. I feel I literally just pulled it all off, but okay. Just blend that in all over. I'm not too bothered about going over the top of the bronzing drops. I almost just want to fill the gaps where we haven't applied product yet, because I think we actually did just rub it all off. Once the beauty blender's got a bit of product on it, it's honestly fine. And then for concealer, I'm going to take this Morphe Filter Effect Concealer. This is in the shade Light 4 Warm. This is kind of the same as the True Match foundation. It's a bit of a wrong shade for me, but I suppose in summer, even though I've just told you I don't tan, it's okay. It's just the fact that it's not a pinky product, it's more yellow, whereas my normal product is quite peachy pink. Sorry, there's kids screaming outside, I don't know if you can hear that. But yeah, I'm just gonna apply that basically under my eyes this time. I don't think for a summer makeup I'm not gonna put it anywhere else on my face. I might do a little down here to cover my imperfections there. Maybe we'll just do like minimal. And then I'm just taking that beauty blender on the rounded edge and blending all that in. And to be honest, it takes half of it off anyway, so even if we tried to go full coverage, we'd end up light coverage. And then under the eyes. I do want a bit on the eyelid, but I don't want it to be too dramatic. Only because we want to go in with a bit of eyeshadow, so I want something to stick to it. And then I'm just going to set that with my usual Revolution translucent powder. But I'm going to basically focus a lot on the under eye. And as much as this is a summer makeup look, and we want it to last throughout the day, I don't want to get rid of the glow. So we're going to get in with the powder puff under the eyes. And obviously this isn't going to work if you have oily skin. If you have oily skin, you will just need to set everywhere. But I'm just taking the remainder of what's on there to do my high points at least. And then basically we're going to leave the rest powderless. Now this next product is giving me major flashbacks, nostalgia, because I'll admit I've had this product a long time. I probably shouldn't be using it, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to ignore it. Guys, you don't even know. You don't even know me. You don't know how long I've had this. Anyway, this is the Sunkissed Bronzing Pearls. I'm not going to lie to you, this is probably the first makeup product I ever had as a child, as a teenager, and I've still got them. It's fine, guys. It's literally fine. And then there's bronzing pearls, and as you can see, there's like bronzer ones, highlighter ones, and blush ones. Which, looking back on it now, I can see that, but when I was younger, I did not know how this worked. Like, why are they pearls? I've had this. That's been in there the whole time. To like keep them in there. Called Jumbo Bronzing Pearls. I don't know if anywhere sells these anymore. I feel like this is like a middle-aged product, even though I'm not middle-aged. And no offense to anyone who is middle-aged, I love these. But this was something my mum lived by, and this was the only makeup she wore, and she bought me them as probably like a 12-year-old. And it came with like a big brush that you swirl in it, but I don't have that anymore. So I'm basically just going to take my normal bronzer brush and swirl them in, and this is what we're going to use to go over top of the glow drops that we used earlier. I don't know how much product is too much product because I haven't used this in years. Guys, literally don't judge me. I would not be using this on someone if it was myself, by the way. And it just gives this beautiful, like, bronzy but also pinky glow. I don't know, I just think it's perfect for a summer bronzer. And to be honest, like, my mum used to just genuinely wear this. No other makeup, just this, like, brush it all over your face in summer, and it looked good. So, like, if you're not looking for a full makeup look, these would be good. But like I said, I don't actually know if they sell bronzing pearls anymore, or if that's like a thing in the past. I should definitely get some new ones if they do still sell them. Now I'm taking what looks like a very old product. I promise you this isn't. It's just all come off. This is the Revolution blush palette in the. It's called the Cheeky palette. I was gonna say in the shade Cheeky then, but it says Cheeky on it. There's multiple shades, and I think I'm gonna either take either this pink or this peach. But I just want a bit of a subtle blush, but almost like a little sunburnt. I think I'm gonna take this one. And then I just like to put a bit on my nose, which I do anyway. I never do it up here though, so that's a little summer edition, make it look a little bit sun-kissed. And then I'm just going to take this Revolution highlighter. It says condition on the back, I assume that's the name. Palette, I don't know, but it's like this little champagne coloured highlighter. Basically where we just put the blush. I had to go under my eyebrow. And I quite like this highlighter for a glowy summer because it is very, it's not skin coloured, but like you can see there, it almost just looks like my skin is glowing rather than I've got highlighter on. Now that we've basically done the entire skin, you can kind of see it's not a lot, it's still effective, which is exactly what we want. I want to feel like I have nothing on my face, but we've clearly put quite a few products on. This is not a no makeup, it's just a summer breathable makeup. Anyway, I'm going for a different setting spray today. This is the Barry M Fresh Face Fixation Setting Spray, and I just think it's really cute the way it sprays. I've got stuff on this, I don't know what, but I barely ever use this, but it's nice and refreshing for the summer months. I'm just going to put a little interval layer. I think it's so refreshing because it is literally like, it's a bit squirty, whereas this Morphe one is literally a mist. You can probably see the difference when I spray this. I'm not flinching because it's all just very misty, whereas this practically sprays the liquid at you, but when you're hot, I mean, it's kind of refreshing. So, and also it's just cute and pink. Like, what doesn't say girly summer more than this? Now for eyes, I just want to do a little eyeshadow. I don't know if I want to do a blend because I was just going to put on a bit of a shimmer, but I'm going to do a blend. The palette that I'm going to use quickly is the Friends X Revolution. It's called the Forever Flawless I'll Be There For You palette. Bit of controversy, never actually watched Friends all the way through. Don't love it. I think maybe I might if I gave it a try, but I just haven't. Anyway, I'm going to take the shades that are standing out to me. First of all is this one, Doll's House. This is what I wanted on my eyes originally, but I'm thinking I might do a little bit of a crease colour with this pink, these two nudie pink shades. I'm just going to do a tiny bit of a crease colour. Literally just on the outer. Like, I don't want to bring it up here or anything. And I think this little bit of depth in the corner will probably give us more of a going out look than just a daytime summer. So, I mean, if you're wanting to wear this in the day, obviously you can just stop at skin. Or you could just apply the shimmer, which would be nice, but I think basically I'm going out for dinner tonight. I can't remember if I told you. So I just think I wanted a little something else. And I'm going to take that Doll's House shade on my finger because I feel like we'll pick up more. And I'm going to go in on my eyelid and just swipe it across, basically, patting it in. And it's just like a cute little shimmery summer eye. And then for lashes, on a summer day, I don't like to take black mascara, so I've got this Jason Wu brown mascara, but I like to use it on my eyelashes, that's why I have it. Bought it to try it as a brown mascara. So same thing applies as my eyebrows. If I had my eyelashes more tinted, like if it was earlier on in them being tinted, I would just leave them with no mascara on. Or if I just stuck with the skin and didn't put on the eyeshadow, then I would have simply just left the lashes as they were because you can see them a bit better, but this just gives them a little something, and this is waterproof as well, so that's always good when you're sweating or it's hot or anywhere with humidity, so they'll stay nice and curled because I do have awful lashes for going straight, like they just will not stay curled, they'll just straight to their straight position. So I'll just coat these lashes in the brown on the lower lashes today. I'd like to try a bit of a darker brown mascara because I think that would be good too, because I think this is quite a light shade. And then for lips, I'm going in with my usual MAC lip liner in the shade Soar. I normally go for this one because all my other ones are blunt. And to be honest, I need to get a better sharpener for my lip liners because I'm currently using one that is just for pencils and it seems to be quite harsh. It just clogs up with the lip liners. I do have a sharpener, but as always, in my client bag, and I can't be bothered to get it out for myself. So I definitely need to get one. And I just like to do a bit of lip liner, especially if I'm going out in the evening on like a summer holiday or like now for dinner on a hot day. But in the day, I would most likely just wear a clear gloss or some lip balm into my lips. And then for lip product on top of the lip liner, I could go in with a clear gloss, but I'm thinking because this is quite a soft, natural, I say natural with bright pink eyelids, but quite a soft, subtle, breezy makeup for summer. And we're gonna actually take this product, which is Revolution Lip Mask, and it's almost like a hybrid between a lip gloss, a clear lip gloss, and a lip balm. You can see it's like a jelly coloured pink, and just apply that completely over the top. And you can almost see how thin the gloss is for how it spreads. It's not sticky, that's the word I was looking for. You know, where like a gloss can be sticky. This one really isn't, but it's the same texture as a gloss, where it's really smooth. But that's the lip combo. And then you know the drill, we're gonna go back in with this cute girly setting spray to finish off this makeup. Wish me luck. We've drenched ourselves. I might go in again in a second because I really want this to last. So guys, that is the finished makeup today. I really hope you enjoyed this glowy summer breathable makeup look. And I'm gonna go and enjoy my dinner out now. Yeah, I will see you guys back here next week for another one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you feel like any of it. It would really help. And check out my other social medias in the description box below, including plenty of videos over on TikTok. And check out my shorts if you don't already, because I get a lot more engagement over there. But equally, if you've come from there to watch a long form video, thank you very much. And yeah, I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I will see you guys back here next week for another makeup video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.